Shalom, everyone. We want to welcome the members of our class, congregation, as well as the members of the internet, back to our 7th-day Sabbath Holy Convocation, where we are the House of Israel, the original House of Israel, located at 1664 California Avenue. And we had our lunch, and we are now going to go and thank the Almighty for our food. Hallelujah.
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 Thank you, Yahweh, for the opportunity we had today on this blessed Sabbath day for the meal that you have prepared for us today, for the nourishment of our minds, bodies, and our spirits. Please, Yahweh, forgive us for our iniquities, transgressions, and also our forefathers. Please forgive them for their iniquities and transgressions. Thanks again for this wonderful meal that we had, and bless the preparers of this meal. Hallelujah!
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 Praise the mighty Yah.
Yah is righteous all the time.
All right. It's now time for us to get our praise to the mighty Yah on. How many of y'all ready to praise the mighty Yah today?
Hallelujah!
All right. Hallelujah.
Come on, family. Everybody will stand with me, please. I can't stand, but I can for a little bit. Come together. Come on, y'all. Let's hold hands.
Come on, y'all.
I don't need music, baby. We don't need that. Everybody come on, hold hands.
Stretch out. Make the circle fit. Y'all go that way. Shorten the distance.
Come on, family.
Watch the camera. Use the next aisle. Impossible.
Look at all the beautiful faces.
Okay, y'all gotta kind of go that way too.
Close the gap up, y'all. Come on, everybody connect.
Men, come through the
Everybody get hands to connect.
Come through the
Come on, we
benches.
family.
It ain't that
Come on,
many.
Kulaya. Come on, baby. Don't look like that.
It's sad.
Yeah, you know,
Someone's supposed to unify. We can't even touch each other's hands.
everybody need to connect hands. What's wrong with holding hands with Mike? Well, come on, y'all. Let's do this.
Okay, sisters, meet in the middle. Meet in the middle. Okay, your little granddaughter digging in my hand.
Come on, family. Yes.
Look, she don't want to hold nobody's hand.
Y'all ready?
Now bump your head.
As we go through this, everybody look at each other and just connect with our spirits. Let's come together, y'all, on one accord. As y'all is so gracious people, seeking and searching to be righteous, seeking and searching for truth. I need you, you need me. We are a part of Yah's body. Stand with me, agree with me. We are a part of Yah's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. One more time, y'all, please. I need you. You need me. We are a part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me. We are a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. You are important to me. I need you to survive. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
I want to say something about that. Y'all know we might need something like that one day to defeat the enemy. We might have to come together in a circle and say a chant to Yah and ask Yah to destroy our enemies and protect us. Hallelujah.
Does that mic work? Does it work?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Let me get the camera. All right, attention y'all, we got a performer. Come on, Wayne, I got you. Just start talking, you got a mic. He got a mic.
Hi.
Shalom.
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 What do you want to say?
I want to sing.
Sing. You want to sing?
But I need some.
You need some music? He said he wanted to sing, but he needs some music.
What song you want, baby?
Got my way.
Guide my way. Guide my way. Oh, he wants you.
Okay, y'all, let's get organized. Let's, whoever our first performer is, and we'll let him come up and sing when we get another
He's gonna
performer.
sing
When
with-
you gonna sing with Shem?
Yeah, he wanted
Right there
to
with
sing.
Shem.
Go that way.
All right, who's our first performer?
Reuben. Out of the mouth of babes.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
How was your week this week?
Tiring.
That's
Right.
good. A lot of things happened to me this week. One of them being that the house right next to me caught on fire.
Ooh.
Woke my mom up, 6 in the morning. She was about to go to work. I'm so glad that she is okay. And Yahweh is blessing me. He's blessing all of us with all the tornadoes that's been around. But not one of them has hit here.
Give y'all a round of
We
applause.
are so blessed. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, creator of the heavens, earth, and sea, and all that is now be by saying,
By singing.
are you a warrior, 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 warrior? Can Yah depend on you? Are you a warrior, 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 warrior? See what shook us through. Are you a warrior, 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 warrior? Can I depend on you? Are you a warrior, 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 warrior? What shook us through? Hiya, hiya, hiya. Are you a warrior? Stand for the Almighty One. Are you a warrior? Tear down the walls of Babylon. Are you a warrior? Are you a warrior? Sitting against injustice. Are you a warrior? Standing for the Almighty One. Are you a warrior? Tear down the walls of Babylon. Are you a warrior? Sitting against all wickedness. Are you a warrior? Sitting against injustice. Are you a warrior? Standing for truth and righteousness. Are you a warrior? Only when you feel that are you a warrior? With your mind is pushing you to test. Are you a warrior? Are you a warrior? Are you a warrior? Standing for the Almighty One. Are you a warrior? Tearing down the walls of Babylon. Are you a warrior? Fighting against all wickedness. Are you a warrior? Standing against injustice. When there was a warrior, the one heard it, there was a warrior. And this is all he knew was a warrior. And the one Mary, she was a warrior. King David was a warrior. The prophet Daniel was a warrior. The man that Terror was a warrior. The strong man Samson he was a warrior. Hallelujah.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Good to see my family again. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah.
Let's give Yahweh a round of applause, please.
Yeah.
We can do a better round of applause for Yahweh. Praise Maria.
Turn that one off. Oh.
I don't know, just play a song. I can't remember which order it is. No, I want to return to y'all. Yeah. Praise Maria.
Hallelujah.
Turn this one.
This is the Cindy production.
Dear y'all, I'm still out being a fool. I'm still out doing the things that I told you that I wouldn't do. See, lie, I don't know why I disrespect you. You do for me that I didn't even ask of you. You say go right and I wanna go left. Now look at me, I'm fine on that. I won't go back no more. Please God, I'll ask your door. See, lie, I never meant to hurt you like that. I just hope it's not too late to turn back. How long will you forget me? How long will you hide your face from me? Oh yeah. How long should I take counsel in my soul? I've been sorrowing my heart daily. How long will I be crying till you can't see? I'm crying out these tears. Yahweh, please hear and come save me. How long shall my enemies be exalted over me? How long shall my struggle endure through all the worries? Consider and don't hear me, I miss your loving mercy. Yahweh, you are my strength and I will always love you. I'm just gonna return to Yah, a return to Yah, Yah. I'm just gonna return to Yah, a return to Yah, Yah. I'm just gonna return to Yah, a return to Yah, Yah. Please, God, keep me as the apple of your eyes. My lips are pouring, please don't turn your back to the eyes. You have tested me and now I failed you miserably. Oh yeah, and I will sing unto you joyfully, 'cause you have dealt with me bountifully. Yeah, I trust in you, I'm done being a fool. Come save me. Oh. How long shall my enemies be exalted over me? How long shall my struggle and go with all the worries? Consider and don't hear me, I miss your loving mercy. Yahweh, you are my strength and I will always love thee. I'm just gonna return to Yah, a return to Yah, Yah. I'm just gonna return to Yah, hey, a return to Yah, Yah. I'm just gonna return to Yah, hey, a return to Yah, Yah. How long shall my enemies be exalted over me? Get some healing in our lives. Yeah, heal your life. Yeah, heal your life. Open up your eyes so that you realize that only God can heal your life. My secrets are coming, my neighbors just like I'm dying inside. My heart to see and make a change, you know I have to do is try. With so many issues, I don't wanna miss you, I don't know why. So how do I let go? Yeah, I can heal your life. So many issues, I don't wanna miss you, I don't know why. My secrets are growing, my neighbors just like I'm dying inside. I'm trying to let go. Yeah, I can heal your life. Yeah, I can heal your life. Open up your eyes so that you realize that it's only I can heal your life. Yeah, I can heal your life. Yeah, I can heal your with so many issues, I know I will miss you, I don't know why. My demons are calling, my name, I'm gonna could die inside. My heart will be empty with change, all I have to do is try. I'm starting to let go. Yeah, I can heal your life. Yeah, I can heal your life. Open up your eyes so that you realize that it's only I who can heal your life. Yeah, I can heal your life. Children of Israel. Children of Israel. Open up your eyes and you realize that it's only I who can heal your life. Yeah, I can heal your life. Hallelujah. Praise Maria. Thank you, Nala. Thank you, Mari. Praise ya.
Maria, bring me the mic.
Praise Maria.
Hallelujah. Let's keep the energy going.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Every time here, Yahweh, in the holy habitation. Yeah. And the day where we ain't need you, Yah. Yeah. changing place, leave me powerless over my fate. Words you stay still, waters, moons, reaching the devil. Resilience from all the pressure. God the thorough make my faith below the visions of heaven. Tears shed in one place, let the gathering remain understanding. God knows I'm thinking about the doors, but sipping through the past, the bad choices you made. This road with this in my blood. Look at all the evil you did in this void. Let the spirit of change move in my reins. Wake my dreaming cause I'm straying. Hear my perseverance deep in this crowded world. Be open on my anger and my awful state. I hover over frozen slaves, so teach me your ways. Back in the shadows, back in the shadows. I'm colder like water. Back in the shadows, back in the stretching the star as you move to deliver and lighten my eyes. Flowing brooks and praising sails, daggling, healing bells, a mighty staff. Gather me from hell, facing death, showing my insides. The bond between me and my shepherd will never die. Though I sojourn a stranger where you cause me to drift, excelling in strength, so Satan's forces prevent. But it's law I never forget, therefore mercy is this. Draw out the water deep in my counsel, now remind where you yell. These are the judgments I am working together. We walk under the chambers laid in perfect place. Shining on the pieces left to me. Real simple. Steps until I walk into the fate and perfect choices that's prepared. Unite my eyes to stand between the forces. I marvel in darkness, change perception from a step in the shadow to two stepping in metals. Let your righteousness rise. Raise a light that break through a chaotic sky. In glory as I begin to purify. Tears me rest from darkness from live to the rest of time. Shout out to my friend Danielle. She made that hook actually.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
She moved to Atlanta before we recorded. This song was inspired by y'all shit. Still gotta be mixed. So it's not on the yeah, so I'm in the hand, yeah. Moving the unit of peace. I can show you the mind of Elohim. Let me go, I'm the torch. I acknowledge y'all, the one and only who anoints. Yeah, this should have chosen BB. This should purpose BB. Coach, BB. You a judge, turn it up just a little bit, bro. Yo, warrior, I'm on tree. Say it 3 times. Kiss to my Yossi BB. Then the Hazel, captain of the host was Sarah, who struck the Halo chef. He who died of valley death. Came the nicest next for my people. Tried until y'all the judges at this time. Was the warrior, got that 900 chariots of fire, mightily oppressing between Rama and Bethel and the mount of Ephraim. She dwell in half not. She can manage draw toward mountain bird. 10,000 of men of Naphtali and Zebulun. I'ma come up on Keyshawn. She share the captain from Barak. Only if you go with me will I go up too. Surely notwithstanding, this journey is not for your own honor, but shall be delivered to the hands of a woman. Hey, I saw him in the hand, yeah, moving the unit of beat. I can't show you the Monday Elohim. Let me go, I'm your torch. I acknowledge I'm the one and only who anoints. Yeah, cause you're the chosen BB. This your purpose BB. Hold you close BB. You a judge, baby. What it do, yo, Z. Warrior, my palm string. Say it 3 times. Yeah, cause you're my Yosi, baby. Word my kin. Step father of our Exodus here. 7 seals from his man. Pop his skin. In the place of time I am. You know right back to death. The hit, gather about 900. All with dumb heavy steps. But well, like a truck. Encouraged by the judge. Rush with gas. Like the spears. Yes, the spears. Fell upon her with the hand of ill. Properly softened in their heart. Now back up all we lost a piece between the kin. As he Sarah. Closer was guarded. I am. Went for the lottery. Let the bill on the field. Milk was spilled with loyalties. And I camaraderie. Let him in his center. They is worried. Spider to the fly and hurry. With simples with the nail. He slept in his belly. Yeah, I feel him in my hand. Yeah, I mean, moving the unit of beat. I can show you the Monday Elohim. Let me go. I'm your torch. I acknowledge I'm the one and only who anoints. Yeah, cause you're the chosen BB. This your purpose BB. From too close BB. You a judge, baby. What it do, yo, Z. Warrior, my palm tree. Say it 3 times. Yeah, cause you're my Yosi, baby.
Hallelujah.
Right? Peace, Jane.
Hallelujah. That was nice. It's your vein cutting now. Yeah, man. He about ready. Yeah. He wanted to do it.
Where's the third one, kid?
Right here.
Where's Ruben?
Right here.
What up? What's up, man? Praise Yah.
Get your weapon.
You turn it on for him?
No.
Hey, yeah.
Give it a second. By the time you get up there, she'll be on.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Hallelujah. You might well. No? Wow. Not a shout out?
Go ahead and drop it. Whenever you're ready. Ready, Ruben?
It's a big stretch to get the different heights together, but
It's not working.
uh-oh. Wayne wanted to give a shout out for his mom, but he was kind of bashful. I got you by yourself now.
I'm not gonna shout.
Oh, just wave then. No, not that either. Grown boy. All right.
Let's do it. This is it, huh? This is it. Praise Yah. Hey, praise Yah. Praise Yah. I want you to
Guide my way, lead my steps, relieve my stress, and put me to the test. I want you to guide my way, lead my steps, relieve my stress, and put me to the test. I want to believe in Yah. I choose to believe in Yah. Believe in the word of Yah. Hey, hey, hey. Believe in the word of Yah. Hey, hey, hey. Believe in the word of Yahweh. Believe in the word of Yah. Hey, hey, hey. Believe in the word of Yahweh.
I'm on my way about my day. I need your guidance, all the praises to your name. I feel the spirit, get excited, though it's silent. I don't walk alone. The should is needed, I've been looking, trying to make it home. I'm staying strong, but like to feel where I belong. But my ways could be wrong, believe in fear name. And walk on like the path of Job. Hope you got that message, thank you for the clothes on my back. If not, I'll bring it back and I'll go back to
Guide my way, lead my steps,
wanna see my people walking in the right direction instead of losing their cool over this Wi-Fi connection. I'm saying, please learn that blessing in disguise, yeah, and understand why the haters in their eyes, hey, and understand why.
God, my way, lead my steps, lead my steps,
And put me to the
test. I want you to guide my way,
lead myself, lead my stress, and put me to the test. I want to believe in ya. Hey, hey, hey. Believe in the word of ya. Hey, hey, hey. Believe in the word of ya. Believe in the word of Yahweh. Believe in the word of Yah. Believe in the word of Yahweh. Guide my way. Lead my steps. Believe my steps. And put me to the test. I want you to guide my way. Lead my steps. Relieve my stress. And put me to the test. I want you to believe in ya. Start it over for me. Praise God.
Praise God.
You ready to say song? You want to say song too? You gonna be ready for it?
Go ahead then. You
All
got
right, you gotta be strong. I know Ruben gonna be strong, right? I already know.
it. Okay. Yeah. You know what time it is?
Right.
Yeah, you know what time it is.
Y'all spirit. Y'all spirit.
Go ahead.
We hear you. Dancing like David.
Which way but loose, okay?
See you, Wayne.
There's actually a song down there.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that baby did this.
It's on one of our CDs. Yeah, I'm happy to get it. It's on this one. I told David.
Stand strong.
Somebody don't watch.
Stand strong. Stay strong. Hey, it's a ongoing mission telling my people we
Going wrong, try not to walk it wrong. Tell my brothers we stay strong. Hey, because I'm all about my Elohim. Even when I stand alone, and I'm starting to let go.
because I stress over things I can't control. And heavy in my stress that can be hold. Is he right by my side? That's something I don't hold. That's something that I know. So I had to write this. They say young Israel goes low. When it's not in our control, I see my people losing hope. They composing my composure so bold. Yahweh's coming and will be low. Yeah, that's right. I feel it in my soul. Man, this flow gon' make them run. No, this flow don't sound too fun. I'm that Christian, I'm so safe. It make my ears go numb. Hey, I just need a break. I just need to break it down. Cause they try to break us down and bend these laws. But my people build to stay strong. Hey,
Walking in the spirit of God.
hey,
With my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of God. Hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of God.
with my people, with my people, with my people, with my kid. It's a ongoing mission telling my people we don't have long. Try not to walk it wrong. Tell my brothers to stay strong. Hey, because I'm all about my Elohim. Even when I stand alone, my problems bigger than Goliath. I need guidance from the highest. Put pressure on my people like the answer is to riot. If you ask them who's the pilot, everybody's indecisive. Yeah. Shout out to my people, keep these words and these gospel thick, and then we stay strong. Yeah.
We just have to stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong.
Walking in the spirit of God. Hey,
With my people, yeah.
walking in the spirit of God. Hey,
With my people, yeah.
walking in the spirit of God. With my people.
With my people, with my people, with my people.
It's a ongoing mission telling my people we don't have long. Try not to wrong it wrong. Tell my brothers to stay strong. Hey, because flow too hot like when it's a tandem. Protecting the love that he brought in his hands, so stay strong. Yeah.
We just have to stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong. We just have to stay strong, stay strong.
Hey, walking in the spirit of God. Hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of God. Hey, with my people, yeah. Walking in the spirit of God. With my people, with my people, with my yeah. It's the ongoing mission telling my people we going wrong. Try not to walk in wrong. Tell my brothers to stay strong. Hey, because I'm all about my Yahweh Elohim. Even when I stand alone, we just have to stay strong.
Yes, keep it going. One more time, please.
Clap, 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 clap. your head up. Keep your head up to the sky. Keep your head up. We give praises to the Most High. Keep your head up. Keep your head up to the sky. Keep your head up. We give praises to the Most High. Keep moving. Keep moving. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. And keep rising to the top. Hey, keep rising to the top. Hey, keep moving. Keep moving. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. And keep rising to the top. Hey, keep rising to the top. Hey, keep your head to the sky. Praise God, 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 praise God. Okay, it's been a long day. Pause it. Look, I can tell it here for a quick second. Okay, it's been a long day. When it's all said and done, I'm on my knees to pray. Yahweh always got me through the day. I swear I never put another man in this holy place. I never put another God in this holy place. It's more than fate, more than straight. Ooh, I really feel it in my veins, a walking testament of the old, not the new. Feeling blessings because I was born amongst the chosen few. It's nothing really new. A chosen individual. Sending blessings to my family and my crew, to the ones that's not identical. Inspirational words from a man who told me can't nobody unless you let them where they get the best. But I got that ever happening from God like a GPS. And I never give it a rest. Sending blessings to the best because I'm always going through a test. Yes. Giving thanks to y'all. Giving thanks to y'all. For all he's done. Giving thanks to y'all. Raise your hands up high to the Most High. Giving thanks to y'all. Giving thanks to y'all. Hey, because I always make it through. I always make it, always make it, always make it through. What? Because I always make it through. Always make it, always make it, always make it through.
Yeah.
Praise God.
Hallelujah. That was some good praise.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. We know where we get our strength from. Yeah. Saving the best for later. Hallelujah.
Praise Maria.
Yes, hallelujah.
Shabbat
Shabbat shalom.
Great to be back. Hallelujah.
Good, we glad that.
Let's thank Yah for this day. Thank you, Yah.
Thank you,
For your
God.
mercy and truth endure through all generations and forever.
Forever.
We hope in your mercy.
We hope in your mercy.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Can you turn the music up just a little bit? Thank you. we doing. We never giving up. Y'all ready? Can we get some energy, y'all? Cause have y'all giving up on us? We still here, right? On your feet. Come on. If you got rhythm, come on, y'all. Give God the praise. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Get on up here. Yeah. Yeah, come on. Praise God. Never give up. Don't give in. Never give up. Don't give up on ya. Never give up. Don't give in. Never give up. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't give up on ya. Never give up. Never give up. Who wakes you up each morning and lets you rest at night? Who y'all? That's right. Who gives you strength to make it through the day? Wipe your tears when you cry. Who fights your battle and let you win the war? Who y'all? That's right. So now I know within my mind and soul, I'll never give up. Sing it with me, y'all. Come on. Never give up. Never give up. Don't give in. Never give up. Don't give up on ya. Never give up. Never give up. No. Never give up, don't give in, no, don't give up on ya. Never give up, who lifts your spirit when you have a bad day? Who? That's right. When you're hungry, who do you call on? Yeah. Never give up. Don't give in. Don't give up on ya. Never give up. No. No, 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 no. I'll never give up. I won't give in. Don't give up on ya. Never give up. Jackie, right? Don't give in. Don't give up. Don't give up on ya. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't give in. Now you can do it. Ready? Break it down. It's gonna be a big thing, but you don't have to worry about the dust on your feet. Y'all really constantly around me. I will give a praise to the Almighty. The only one of Israel. The only one of Israel. When you grow up, then he's a killer. High by his long statue. He was a guard. Got me contemplating, thinking about the different things that I'm facing. Trying to keep my head up high and one guy, keeping my head strong every day, all day. When I read my script, keeping my head hypnotized from my elders, trying to live better. Let me get the wisdom and the knowledge to increase. Understanding God's laws to give us peace. There y'all. Never give up. Never give in. Never give up. Never give up on ya. Never give up.
What else?
Huh? You got a song, Ro? Ro got a song.
Come on, Rose.
Come on, Ro.
No, Rose say no.
We got the beat for you.
That's a me. Marty.
Now I would like to thank y'all before we You got a song?
Go ahead,
Yes.
then.
Come on, we got you.
I want to thank y'all because my husband and I just had our 14-year anniversary. 14 years.
Yeah.
I thank y'all for that great blessing. What's your name? Brother Rocky is about to perform.
Hallelujah.
How about the beat?
Any CD? Any beat?
Yeah, any beat.
Any beat? No, not that kind? Oh, okay.
I want to start by saying to all y'all for blessing me to be here, see all y'all faces. I want to say shalom to everyone as a whole. It's hard to say it individually. When we weigh in.
I liked mine better.
Y'all can go.
That's how you do it.
We're gonna save ours.
That's what my man. You know, man, it's hot.
It's kind of fast, the tempo. It's like that.
Any beat.
Come on, y'all. Help the brother out.
I can do that.
Turn it up. Yeah, you can do that.
He said any beat. Yeah, before he changes his man. Don't give out.
I don't give up.
Not that beat.
I gotta feel the beat first before so I can know when to go.
You can do without it.
Team, you got it.
Total Yahweh, every day, all day. I need blessings and blessings. I'm celebrating my own blessings. I need blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. I ain't judging nobody cause I'm still learning my lessons. I need blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. I ain't judging nobody cause I'm still learning my own lessons. I be trying to make it to class, I'm always willing to learn something new. Every day yeah, it's new task. Every day's always something to do. If I ain't chilling by myself, then I am out with one of my crew. I don't know too much about you, but I'm getting sick and tired of PS. I done got kicked out of school. FYI, this ain't first time by the way, man, I am not no fool. Although in high school, I thought it was so cool to skip classes so bad. The mama caught my trash. Then I had to clean up my act like I was recovering. So then I don't really care too much about all of the bling bling, but one thing I do know is that I got a huge family to feed, so I could use a lot of some of that M-O-N-E-Y. By the way, my name is Rock Gay, Sosa Tarse, at school Charlo, K, Tango, K, consider me, peer, me, amigo, it's time for something down here like change. I went to California and was told that L.A. got this thing of 100 days and 100 nights of random killing. I mean, really, did we lose all of our feelings? We all could use some great illness. I need blessings and blessings and blessings and blessings. I I need blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. I ain't judging nobody cause I'm still learning my lesson. I need blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. I can't judge nobody else cause I'm still learning my own lessons. I need blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. I ain't judging nobody cause I'm still learning my lessons. I need blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings. I can't judge nobody else cause I'm still learning my own lessons. Blessings, 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 learning, blessings.
Blessings on blessings. We need blessings on blessings. You got to say.
How many of y'all need blessings on blessings on blessings? Hallelujah. You got a song?
Blessings on blessings. Yeah. You got it. She got it. Hey. Praise God.
Go ahead after her.
I just want to thank you, Yahweh, for all the things you've done for me. Through the good times and the bad times, I just wanna thank you, Yah. You're my portion, you're my strength, you build up my confidence. So as long as I live, unto you my praises I'll give. I just want to thank you, Yahweh, for all you've done for me. I was blind, but now I can truly see. So I say thank you, Yah. Oh, thank you, Yah. With everything I have, I'll praise you. And so I say thank you, Yah. When I'm not strong and don't feel like I can carry on, I humble myself to you. And you pick me up, put my feet on solid ground, and I know I can depend on you. So I say thank you, yeah. With all I have, I say thank you, yeah, for all the things you do for us. We say thank you, yeah. Oh, the joy you give comes from no other but thee. inside of me. I want to praise thee. So I say thank you, yeah. Oh, thank you, yeah. As long as I live, I will give all my thanks to you, yeah. Thank you for the many blessings, and thank you for the lessons, and thank you for those hard times that made us stronger to seek your face. Thank you for the lessons and the blessings. Yeah, you alone deserve praise. So as long as I live, unto Yah I give praise. And so we say thank you, Yah. We say thank you, Yah. The congregation say thank you, Yah. We just want to thank you, Yah. Once again, come on and say thank you, Yah. Thank you, yeah. All of us say thank you, yeah. We thank you, yeah. Hallelujah. Who next?
Zaria, behind ya. Okay.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Let me go get my phone ready. I ain't seen you in a while, girl.
I play as work, jacked out, never let go. So hit the road, Jack, don't come back no more. Don't knock on my door, can't answer, that's for sure. I feel a little air, blues at the window. I was prepared, had my brother everywhere. Looking well to my going, but sometimes I dream downstairs. His mercy endures forever, and that's the reason why. And that's the reason why. And that's the reason why. Yahweh is my praise, my praise, my praise. Oh,
Hallelujah. You can, yeah, that's my color right there.
One more time.
Giver got a song.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
I think we got a testimony here before we start back. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Sister Janiyah.
Praise.
You need a microphone. No, we need a mic.
Yes, no. Yes, no.
Might as well she on there. She can be on camera. There you go. We can hear you.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
I just want to share a story about faith, great faith that you have in Yahweh. About a couple of weeks ago, someone knocked on my door. Mind you, I just scheduled somebody to come and cut my grass. After all the rain, the grass got a little high. So someone knocked on the door. And I got up and looked, and they put a sticker, a tag on my door, and it was a ticket for high grass for $500. A $500 ticket. And it said, you have 7 days to pay this ticket. I'm not the only one on the street with high grass. You know somebody called there. So anyway, I called them up and she was like, yeah, you got 7 days. And I just got off the phone and I said, you know what? Yahweh gonna work this out.
Hallelujah.
So I made a couple other phone calls. I found out a few things, so I found a motion over the telephone. So Shabbat day came and, did my usual, Saturday, stayed, faith and meditated a little bit in the Almighty and everything. So come the first day, I get a phone call. Oh, I have $200 for you for the ticket you got. And then I got another call and said, I have $100 for you for that ticket you got. These were people in my family, my family members. Because of course, I got on a phone call everybody I know and told them about my ticket. So I still just, I just said, you know what, I'm leaving it all to the Almighty. Because I don't want to take this money from anybody, because I'm not the person that like to borrow money, So anyway, the next day came and I just, did everything normally, and I was blessed. I participated in the game and I got blessed with $300. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to hold on to this $300 until this case go through. And everything come good. So yesterday I got a letter for when I filed my motion, and it said we found that you were guilty, but the things that I filed based on, they dismissed it and gave me a 0 charge.
Woo! Yeah!
I was going to put that in Almighty's hand, and He worked it out for me.
Yes, He did.
Although He did bless me with the funds before.
Yes, He'll make a way.
So all I'm saying is, if you trust in the Almighty and you really truly have faith and you pray every day and you treat people well, it will. Trust me.
He'll work it out.
It will work out.
Hallelujah.
It will.
Hallelujah.
So, yes, I'm happy. So, thank you.
Praise God.
Praise God.
Praise the mighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
And that's all. We have an Elohim that we can call on for what?
All things.
All right. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise the mighty Yah. So first of all, before we start back, there's a couple announcements that I want to make. The first thing is I want everybody, if you could, we have a prayer list, and we ask everyone to keep our the people who are ill and the people who need prayer, to please keep them in your prayers. This is something that Elder Dot maintains for us, so we want to thank her for keeping that up. And that's the first thing. The second thing is that there was a brother out of Philadelphia who's a Moray. His His name is Benjamin, and he lost his wife. She was relatively young, maybe even younger than some of us. Some of me, I do know. She was a great singer. The Almighty blessed her to have a spectacular voice. We met her several times down in Tennessee. She went to the conference in Tennessee, and at some point I'm going to get some footage to allow you all to see the great voice that God blessed her with. She really had a very blessed voice. So I'll, get that in memory of her. And I just want to ask, you all to keep the family in your prayers. As well, we need to keep all of us, keep one another in our prayers. I was approached by an individual, wanted to have a meeting with me. He had met with some of the other mores of some of the other classes, and he talked to me about fasting. Since we are in the year of what some people believe to be the 400th year of captivity over here in America, regardless of whether you believe it or not, we're not going to get into that, but we do know that this marks a big year, whether we acknowledge it or not, because it's all over the internet, it's all over everywhere where multiple people are just acknowledging like this is a 400th year of our captivity over here in America. So there's a lot of things going on, and even if whatever it is, it's sparking some things. Even I had a brother at lunchtime, Mike showed me an article regarding some of the thoughts that sometimes our enemies have against us and how they want to stop us from succeeding as a people. And the thing about it is that even with this, what it is, this 400th year or this perceived 400th year or whatever how people want to view it, it is going to start sparking some things. I'm just saying, it's going to start sparking some commotion, even with some of the enemies of the Almighty. Whether it's a reality or whether it's a perception, there's action being taken this year, just to let you all know, for the good and for the evil against our people. So one of the things we're going to have to start doing is we're going to have to start being in prayer. We have been through quite a few trials and tribulations here in our congregation over the past several years, whether it be losses, whether it be relationships, whatever. And I think it's time that we start looking into fasting and as a means to try to see what we can do to petition Yah to try to get some answers to some things. Petition Yah and I do know that some of the leadership is going to try to petition Yah in fasting just to try to see if Yah will help us to understand and have a better vision on how to lead the people. Because we don't want to lead people in the wrong way. I definitely know I don't. I got my own sins I'm worried about versus telling people and doing things that's going to have the blood of the congregation on my hand. So when I get up here and I take what we do from a leadership perspective, from a speaking perspective, I take that very seriously. Very, very seriously. And Yah takes it seriously. There's a scripture that says that it is a sin for a man. And we're not going to be here too much longer, so no need to have children's class today. We're only going to be here for, a few more minutes, the next 20 minutes or so, because I do have a story I want to share with you all, and just a couple more things, before we go. There's a scripture that says, King, if you can look this up for me, it says, it's a sin for a man to devour that which is holy, and then afterwards vow to make inquiry. If you can look that up for me while I'm still going through. So I want everybody, if you can, to please keep the individuals on our prayer list, as well as one another, because we all need extra prayer to keep one another in our prayers and to have the kind of love that we're supposed to have for one another. Also, next week we're going to have our Unity Shabbat. So we're going to be inviting additional people, sending a big list out, and hopefully, we'll get people bring in the dishes, and we'll just come together, eat, and all the performers that can come, please come, because we're still in a state of mourning as well, after suffering a few losses. And it's going to be, we need to go through that process.
Together.
This is the bottom line. We need to be able to go through that process. You don't shortcut a mourning process. You don't shortcut processes like that. You just go through it gracefully, let the course of time take its place, and pray to Yah for direction, pray to Yah for strength. and pray to Yah that we can, as a family, be whole. You know, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And if one of us or two of us are not whole and have problems, then for me, it's a burden for all of us. So we just need to pray for one another. And we need to, at some point, we're going to talk about fasting next week. So if you can, please study on fasting. Because what we want to do is we don't want to make people thinking that we proclaiming a fast and, you know, people start saying, well, who told y'all to fast? We ain't even talking about that. What we talking about is us, those who wish to, put your hearts and put your mind together, and we just talk about what we want to seek from the Almighty. What do we want to seek the answers to? What do we want to seek Yah to be with us on? And I think that'll be a good idea. Brother Mike, any comments on that? Could you get the brother the mic? And seek relationship building as well. And love among our brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I was just saying that that's what we should do, you know, like when we having relationships is messed up and, you know, we trying to figure out what's going on, you know, we fast to get answers instead of just fasting just for dieting and stuff like that. We fast for a purpose so that hopefully we get the Most High to settle our differences and, you know, so that we can come together instead of us continuously fighting and stuff. You know, when you continuously fighting on days like this, you know, it's like, it just mess up the whole flow of what's supposed to go on and to get other people involved in things that we shouldn't be getting involved in that doesn't really have nothing to do with the Most High and positivity. So it's just, if we really want to get this lifted up off of us, I think fasting is a good way because that's how they did it in the scriptures, and then the Most High blessed them. I mean, you can't fast and then say, you know, think He's gonna do it like right then and there. It's still gonna happen on His time, but still, I think we should do it. Praise God.
Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. Also, just to move forward, Elder Abigail brought up the idea of having a 30-day, she calls it a 30-day challenge, but it's meant to give Yah, to thank Yah and be, seek gratitude and express our gratitude to the mighty Yah. Because a lot of times we go through, a lot of times we just take things for granted. I'm gonna wake up the next day, my child gonna wake up the next day, my house is gonna be okay. You understand what I'm saying? My family, I mean, you know, we have to stop taking things for granted, and we have to really and truly let y'all know that we thank you for all the goodness that you've done for us. You know, we want you to please keep doing good for us. You know, we understand that you are our Elohim, and our Elohim means our what? Our power. You are our power. So we have to let y'all know that more. That's just like a husband and a wife. You married, you have to let your wife know. You have to let your husband know more that I love you. You have to let your children know and say it. I love you. Even though you might not think that make a difference, you know, you got to say that. You know, so we also talked earlier about when it comes to thunder and lightning. In the old school, they used to be like, sit down, God doing His work, or the Most High doing His work. So we need to start acknowledging when the Almighty out there doing His work, His thundering, His lightning, His voice is thundering. Let's acknowledge. Let's take a second to reflect and be like, you know, that's our maker. That's our power. That's our creator. So those are some of the things we want to go back to giving Yah His glory on and giving attention to. Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah. So with that being said, I don't think we're going to have too much time, but I did want to go over a quick story. And the story that I wanted to go over is not this, but go ahead. You almost there. Go to then hit the button. Back. Yeah, right there. So earlier today, can you make it, put it in? Presentation. Click this right here. Probably can't see it from all over there. Yep, right there. So one of the things we went over this morning, that we want you all to read this, if you can. This is Exodus, the 25th chapter. We went over this right here, and this was where the Almighty had the children of Israel, Moses and them, to construct the tabernacle. And he gave them the pattern for the tabernacle and the things that are in the tabernacle. And our teachers this morning did a very excellent job discussing that, going over those. So if you can, go back and review the video that they did this morning. They gave some also, Sister Abigail, Elder Abigail, Teacher Abigail, gave a good presentation this morning on that. Mariah Abigail, teacher, that means spiritual teacher, and our other teachers, whether they be student teachers or whatever, we all students, and we all students of the Almighty. So even our younger teachers, this morning, Sister Micaiah also she went over Exodus 26. And if you all have time, go back and look at those things, because this is your history. This Ark of the Covenant belongs to y'all. And this Ark of the Covenant is something that y'all gave us. Let's go to the book of, I had a couple stories that I wanted to read, but let's go to, I'm going to cut through to the chase of one very important one. And this is the one where the Almighty, I don't know if I put it in here. Hold on for a second. Yeah, let's go to 1 Samuel, the 5th chapter. And I think Mariah Hilkiah did a presentation on this before as well. But on one of the stories she went over was the ark. And our ark was a very powerful vessel. Very powerful. The Almighty had us to put the commandments in it. He had us to put manna in it. He had us to put the rod that Moses had in it. What else? Did I miss anything? It was just those three things that he had put in the Ark of the Covenant. And like I said, that Ark of the Covenant belonged to us. And I'm going to show you the power of the Ark of the Covenant. Let's go to 1 Samuel, the 5th chapter. We're going to just read a few verses here, and then we'll take any testimonies that anybody have, and then we'll adjourn. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
1 Samuel, the 5th chapter. And the first thing is that the ark was taken from when King Saul was the king. And it was brought back when King David came into rulership. But let's go to 1 Samuel 5:1.
And the Philistines took the ark of Elohim and brought it in from Ebenezer unto Ashdod.
So in other words, the Philistines, they took the ark after winning it, and they got the ark after defeating Israel, with Saul being the king, and they brought it in from Ebenezer unto Ashdod. Go ahead, second verse.
When the Philistines took the ark of Elohim, they brought it into the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon.
In the house of D, and D is their deity. So they brought it into the house of their deity, and that's what happened many times. When many powerful nations went out to war, what they did is they went and took the gold, the deities, the various articles that sat in the big cathedrals and the big spiritual places of worship of the other nations, and took it to the house of their deity. And some of the times they should have just destroyed it. They should have took it. If you was taking, for example, how many of y'all heard of a king of ours called Amaziah? King Amaziah, we had a king by the name of Amaziah. And King Amaziah was he was a king, and he served the Almighty, but he didn't serve him with a perfect heart. So a lot of times you can serve Yah, you can do the right things, but if your heart ain't perfect, then it will cause you to err. So you can physically keep the commandments, I'm going to keep it. You can passively aggressive keep Yahweh's commandments. Well, I'm going to do it because I got to do it. And not because your heart is right. And not because you want to do it. And then what's going to happen is that because your heart ain't with it, then you ultimately going to slip up because you're going to do something wrong. Your actions are going to, at one point, interrupt and cause you to do the wrong thing. So what happened with King Amaziah is King Amaziah, he was righteous in the eyes of Yah, and then he went out to war against the Edomites in Mount Seir. He defeated them, and he took their deities from their God's house and brought them into the house of our deities. To the house with the Almighty's holy vessels. And that was not the right thing to do because they were false gods. So I'm just letting you know that was one of the things that caused him to do the wrong thing. And you all can read about King Amaziah sometime, but
Where at?
I'll find it for you. I think it's in Chronicles. But in any event, let's go to the 1 Samuel 5 and 3.
And when they of Ashdod arose early on the morrow, behold, the deity was fallen upon his face to the earth.
So after the ark of the covenant was in the house of this deity, the next day they came in there and the deity had flipped over. Of course, it was just a statue, but it had flipped over. It had fell over on his face before the ark of Yah. And they took this deity and set him in place again. So they went and said, first of all, the deity was sitting up there and he fell over. Next thing, they pushed him back up into his place again. And the fourth verse said, what again?
And when they arose early on the morrow morning, behold, the deity was fallen upon his face to the ground before the ark of Yahweh. And the head of the deity and both the palms of his hands were cut off upon the threshold. Only the stump of the deity was
So the head was off, and the palms were cut off, the head and the hands were cut off, and only the body or the stump of him was left. And that was because of the Ark of the Covenant. 5th verse.
Therefore, neither the priest of the deity nor any that come into the deity's house tread on the threshold of the deity in Ashdod unto this day. But the hand of Yahweh was heavy upon them of Ashdod, and he destroyed them and smote them with emerods, even Ashdod and the coast thereof. And when the men of Ashdod saw that it was so, they said, the ark of the Elohim of Israel shall not abide.
And they said, get that thing out of here. Get that ark away from us. After they seen it destroy their God. That very ark right there, not, the replica, that's a picture of the ark. Go ahead.
For his hand is sore upon us, and upon the deity our God. They sent therefore and gathered all the kings of the Philistines unto them, and said, what shall we do with the ark of the Elohim of Israel? And they answered, let the ark of the Elohim of Israel be carried about unto Gath. And they carried the ark of the Elohim of Israel about thither. And it was so that after they had carried it about, the hand of Yahweh was against the city.
The hand of Yahweh was against that city. So that ark was powerful. Right. That ark shouldn't be nowhere it ain't got no business being. As a matter of fact, there was a time that there was a man in Israel, when after they had recovered the ark, he, remember he was about to teeter over?
Right.
Because the oxen was carrying it, was about to teeter over, and he reached and grabbed it, and the Almighty smote him. And then after that, David was like, no. He was like, I can't. Even David said, I don't even want that ark near me. Because he was afraid at that time. Did you find that scripture, King?
Proverbs 20 and 25.
Let's turn to Proverbs 20 and 25 real quick. Proverbs 20 and 25. And that's why we as a people, those who know Yah, you have to be very careful about what you do. You got to be very careful about what you say. You got to be very careful just about how we use the words of our mouth and our actions, because sometimes we can do things that can really just lead to our destruction. We are all the apple of the Almighty eye. And there's just things that we can do to bring up wrath upon ourselves and upon our household. The scripture says, he that rewardeth evil for good, what shall happen? Evil shall not depart from his household. So you can bring a curse upon your own house just by rewarding somebody evil for good. How many of y'all knew that? Absolutely. So please just keep those things in mind. And even when something happens to our enemy, you don't laugh at it. You know what I mean? You just be like, whoa. That was the Most High was working. And you let that be. And you stay as far away from that matter as you can. Because you can end up bringing wrath upon yourself. But we said 20 and 25, did we read that?
No.
Proverbs 20 and 25 says what?
It is a snare.
It said what? It's a snare to a man.
It is a snare to the man who devours that which is holy, and after vows to make inquiry.
So that devoured that which is holy. See, there's certain things that are holy. There's certain situations and certain people that are holy, that the Almighty give that divine protection to, whether we like it or not. Just like with King Saul. King David knew that even though King Saul had hunted his life, he was like, man, that's still the anointed of Yah. I'm not going to dare put my hand against him. King David knew that. King David knew once that anointing oil is on you, and once that anointing that Yah puts upon you, and Yah anoints you, we have to be very careful. And that's why we got to be very careful on how I spoke earlier about how we deal with one another. Because Yah's anointing is on us. Believe it or not. Yah has handpicked us. So we have to be very careful about the things that we do. And just like I said, when we come in here to this place, yeah, this place may not be the ark, but you don't act in here like you act when you're in your basement, in your man cave, and out when you are at like a party. This place is different than that. So those are just some of the things I just want everybody to just keep in mind. Because these things, sometimes we can do things that can bring destruction on ourselves and upon our household. Again, that scripture says, he that reward evil for good, evil shall not depart from his household. Right. So we just got to be in fear of Yah all the day long. And we got to be humble. Because a lot of times when you rush into something, you do things, you say things, and you have actions that you don't even really realize that you're doing. You be to curse somebody and say something bad, and you really don't really know what you're doing because you didn't take time to think about it. But you're doing this. So these are just some things so that we can all have blessings on blessings on blessings. Yes. Blessings on, that's what we want. Yes. So I just wanted to say that. And I just wanted to praise Almighty Yah for a great Sabbath day today. We had some great teachings today. And I wanted to show you all what, let's go to the next slide. These are the other articles of our, that we talked about today in Exodus 25. That's the table of showbread. Keep going. That's the table of the candlestick of pure gold, which provided light. Keep going. And this is kind of like a picture of what? Three-dimensional account or picture of what it may have looked like. Okay? And what happens is that people study the scriptures and you can do a measurement. That's what architects do. That's what people who do design and say, okay, it's X amount of cubic feet, let me draw it. Why do you think that they chose to do it this long versus the width that way? I'm just saying. And all you have to do is go through the scripts and read it. And what it shows right here is it shows the table of showbread, it shows the candle, and then it shows the Holy of Holies. Remember, this is where the Ark of the Covenant is at. And that was a place that was only visited, how often? How many times a year? One time a year, were they to ever even go back there where that Ark of the Covenant was at. And that was on the Day of Atonement. And that place is called the Holy of Holies. Go to the next, and that's what I'm saying, behind the veil. I was saying to get my presentation, I say behind the veil, but they had to even cleanse themselves before they went behind the veil. Go to the next slide. And this is just another replica of the tabernacle, because it was a traveling tabernacle, right? So they had the curtains and everything set up, and they would travel with them. But in any event, you had the outer court where you had a place where they burnt, where they had an altar at. And then you had the holy place right here. And then you had back here is the holiest of holy. So that was just some good pictures we were able to find. And it would be good for you all to go back and study that, because that's your history. It's you all's history, man. And that ark was powerful, man. And that ark belonged to us. So we got to be careful. Some people, we might get the ark one day, and some people, well, I'm Israel too, I can touch the ark. If they can touch it, I can touch it. See, that's how smart, that's how our people are. You know what I'm saying? And when he can touch it, I can touch it. Hey, like they said, Moses wasn't even able to go back to the holiest of holy. That was for the sons of Aaron to go back there. And Moses was the friend of Yah. So just wanted to bring those things out and let you all know that Yah does have a protocol. Yah does have an order. You know, so, and as we learn the scriptures, hopefully we can get more participation in our earlier classes, because that's when we really get into the scripts. That's when we really get in the books and we really get in. And did you learn something today? I think we all did, and I especially learned something today. I didn't think that they was going to be able to pull it off. To pull it through, to be honest with you. It ain't that I was not trying to doubt them, but that just lets you know when the Almighty is with somebody, who can be against them. And when you put your trust in the Almighty, you can do it. You can do it. So with that being said, and that's one thing I want to let you all know, when you put your trust in the Almighty, man, you can do anything. Start getting ready. We're going to be doing exploits one day. I know y'all think she be tripping when she say stand around and hold y'all hands. Sometimes she do. But no, I'm just saying. But when she said, but I'm just telling y'all, that prepares us, because one day we might have to stand around in a circle and some people, that's corny. Hey, we'll say that again now. The city of Jericho, y'all might start preparing us for things.
Yep, hold them walls down.
Hallelujah. That's all I got to say. Any comments or anything before we adjourn? Yes, sir.
Shalom, praise Yah.
Shalom.
I just want to say, at the end, I don't think we're gonna have the Ark of the Covenant no more, because the Most High said He's gonna put all the laws and stuff in our heart, right? But this is scripture right here in Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 16. But I started 15. He said, I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increased in the land, in those days, said Yah, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of Yah, neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall it be done anymore. At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of Yah, and all nations shall be gathered into it, to the name of Yah, to Jerusalem. Neither shall they walk anymore after the imagination of their evil heart.
Right.
So I believe that this is happening because all of it is going to be put in our heart, so that we won't have to read it on the table.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. No, that's an absolutely good point. And the points that I was bringing up about the Ark of the Covenant, and right now a lot of people say that they don't even know. A lot of people say that they believe the Ark of the Covenant is in Ethiopia. You ever heard that before? Yeah. Because that's why they believe that the Ethiopians were, suffered so much. We don't know that. Are you right? Will we need the Ark of the Covenant anymore? The Almighty said He's going to put the laws in our heart. And so they no more going to be on the tablet of stone. Will we ever have the original Ark? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, no, we don't have it. I don't know where it's at. Any of y'all know where it's at?
I said, we'll have Yah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know where it's at, don't you? But thank you for sharing that, brother. I appreciate that. And this is what we have to do, continue to study. But I did just want to make it clear that when it comes to the holy vessels and holy articles of Yah, you just got to be careful. He might have something else new. Who knows, When He delivers out here, He might give us another holy article, So, yes, ma'am. But thanks for that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I just want to say thank you, Yah, giving our honor and glory to Yahweh by saying hallelujah. Hallelujah. So my job, they're really good as far as like doing events and stuff for the coworkers. So Olive May is doing mental health awareness, and they had a company come in and give everybody a massage for free, 15 minutes. So I was like, okay, cool. So at the end of the massage, it was like, yeah, we're doing a promotion where you could get a free health check and you get an x-ray and yada 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 for $20. I was like, I got $20 for the x-ray. So I go to the place, which is right around the corner, and I got my x-rays, and the chiropractor, he was feeling on my spine, and right away he felt that my spine was not aligned, and I had a couple of my bones in my disc misaligned. So I go back in the next day to get my x-rays, and he said some of the curvature in my spine is starting to get straight. So praise y'all, I don't need surgery, but with just a year of therapy, I can get my curvature back into my spine and get it corrected. So I just want to thank my y'all for just sending that to me, because I had no intentions of even thinking about the pain that's in my back, because the pain been there so long. I'm just thinking like, well, maybe I just work a lot, I just need to stretch, I just need to do something. Not knowing my spine is out of line and it's like aging me 10 years faster. So I just thank the Almighty for just having that just come out to me out of nowhere, so I can start getting everything corrected while I got a chance to do it before all my bones and my spine become straight. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah, praise the Lord, yeah. And one thing I say about that is get health checks, go to the doctor, let them, diagnose you, and if something don't come back right, get 2 or 3 opinions. Don't just let them go in and, you know what I mean? I'm not saying don't let them do it, but I'm saying, get 2 or 3 opinions, and you have to be your own health advocate. Listen to your body as well. Try to listen to your body, But praise the Lord, yeah. Thanks for that testimony. Yes, ma'am.
Shabbat Shalom, family. I just had a testimony. Well, not quite a testimony. I wanted to give thanks to Yahweh for bringing us here. These last couple of weeks for me have been very trying and very testing. And I'm thankful to be back here, because this being here, it just brings everything full circle for me in my life. Like I said, the past few weeks has been very challenging with just keeping my spirit in check and staying in control of my emotions. And, I got to talk to some of my peers, and praise y'all, they were able to offer me some really good insight. Even, one of the younger brothers I was able to talk to. So I'm glad that I'm able to come here and I'm able to commune with you all and talk with you all. It makes me feel good that I can cry with you all and I can laugh with you all, and it really makes me feel like I'm a part of a community that loves me and that cares about me, and I'm thankful for that, because I just don't get that everywhere that I go. And I'm glad that I have people like you all that could speak this life into me to help me to become a better person, and speak the life into my daughter, and to help her to become a better person. I'm just asking that Yahweh continue to keep His spirit on all of us, because you all may not realize it, but we're very young, and although me personally, I was born and raised in the knowledge of Yah. Everyday life showed me something different that forces me to make a choice, and a lot of times it's Yahweh or not Yahweh. And I'm glad that I have these examples around me to help me make the right decision for myself, because I have a lot of people that look up to me and that look to me to make the right decisions. And it's a lot of pressure, because I'm very young, and I feel like, with youth, you make a lot of bad decisions, and you make a lot of mistakes, and so I'm open to all of the mistakes that I'm going to make. But I'm just glad that they're not the average mistakes that the people my age make, because I have more wisdom and I have more understanding, and I have mentors around me and my peers that look out for me and that speak life into me. So I just want to thank y'all for that. Hallelujah.
Praise God once again. We had a beautiful Sabbath this Sabbath. And as y'all know, Sister Jack's gonna be Sister Jack. I'm gonna speak the truth, and I ain't telling a lie. The Most High says, speak the truth and shame the lie. And I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna be me, and I come here to get myself right with the Most High. And y'all can think I'm as corny and cool if y'all want to, because I ask everybody to hold hands. No, because this y'all's business. Nothing about it. But what I do want to do before I leave here today, I want to do this. Elder Abby, I love you, baby. Elder Dot, We appreciate you. I love you, baby.
I love you, Elder Jackie.
Micaiah, I love you.
I love you too.
Sugar pie, I put you at the end. I'm putting you in here now. I love you, sugar pie. Mordecai, I love you. Micaiah, I love you, baby. I don't know everybody's name, but the 3 babies over there. I love y'all.
Oh my God.
Sister Sarah, I love you, baby. Young lady, scratching your nose. I love you. Hey, sis. Tay, come on. I love you, baby. Hey, 2 babies over there, little kids. I love y'all. I'm gonna call y'all the trash. Brother Ariel's babies. I love y'all, girls. I love y'all. Hey, where your mom at?
Jackie, we just tell everybody you love them. We appreciate
No,
it.
it's a personal. We need to say the affirmative word for each other.
Okay.
And you need to do
We
it.
need to hear it, that's right.
No,
That's
you
right.
need to do this.
All
And we
right,
need
okay.
to do it more often. If y'all do it, that's what's saying.
We just want to make sure everybody have a chance to.
Oh, they gonna get it.
Okay.
We on y'all time. They gonna get it.
All right.
That's why I said the group.
Make sure you don't leave nobody out there.
I
Go
said
ahead.
the group of Ariel's kids.
Yeah.
Then I said his tribe. I love y'all. Wifey, I love you. Love y'all. I love you. Shim, I love you. Bad butt, I love you. Brother Kiva, bad butt, I love you. Roro, I love you. I love you, brother. Mike, I love you, baby. Ariel, I love you. Brother, I love you. Oh, Queen Valerie, I love you, baby. And more important, I love myself and I love y'all.
You missed one back there at the bar.
Oh, Kimmy, my baby. Where you at? Hi, I love you, baby.
You missed some up here?
Well, whoever is up there hidden and up there in the side room, I don't know who's up there, but I love y'all.
Hallelujah.
And more importantly, I don't only love myself, but I love you, Almighty. I love Yahweh. He's our Father. He's our leader. He's our everything. Hallelujah. 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 When we was at the funeral for Hilltime, when we all was there as a family, and we stood and we sang, and we was like, hallelujah, the room shook. I don't know if y'all picked up on the way that I did, but the whole room shook. And when we in here praising the Most High, hallelujah! Make you say it. And y'all want no low sidekick praiser. Come on, do it right, boy, because you used to be up there like,
hallelujah!
Right!
All right.
Right!
Thank you, sister. Praise mighty God.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah. Yes, sir, Brother Ariel. 2 weeks in a row, she giving us a good demonstration on how to love our neighbors, we love ourselves. Give her a hand of a round of applause. All right. And the sister was talking about crying. One day we all I just look at this as one day we all gonna be doing that. When the Almighty humble us, we all gonna be crying like babies. That's the men, the women, all of us. That's Jeremiah, what, 30th chapter? Jeremiah 30. Yes, sir, Brother Ariel. And I think that's it. Is that? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. You and then. Go ahead.
Shalom, family. I ain't gonna do the Jackie, but I love all y'all. I really wanna thank y'all, and I almost wanna apologize to y'all, cause so often at the sight of anything new, my first reaction is to run, and I never wanna run from y'all. I always pray that y'all will use me to further His mission, so that my will will become His will. So I just want to thank y'all. I really do. It's oftentimes I come to y'all asking Him for help to do this, to do that. But today I just want to thank Him for everything. That's right. Because He's taken me through things, but He's taken me through things for me to learn how to come closer to Him. So So I'm all right with what he's taking me through. It just scares me sometimes, but I think he knows me better than I know myself, so I think I'm good.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We want everybody to get a chance. Anybody else got anything? Go ahead, brother.
All praise to the mighty Yah. I want to thank y'all for food, clothes, and shelter. I want to thank you for the chastisements. I want to thank you for everybody here today that's seeking y'all's face, and everybody across the internet in the world that's seeking y'all's face. That motivates me, made me feel good not to be alone, and seeking y'all's face. I want to make a comment about, you made some comment earlier about how you talk to people about the Most High, and we went to something about a test. And for a second, I was meditating like, is it at a test if you in a place and Yah puts you in a position to talk about Yah, but your mind might be like, this ain't the place to talk about Yah. Will I be failing that test if I don't keep my mouth quiet and don't be talking about Yah? And then another situation, because sometimes people ask me questions at work in different places. This one guy was coming to work with this cross on, this wood cross with this big JC across the front of it with a big circle and an INRI thing on there. For some reason, my spirit was like I had to say some stuff. We was talking about certain things, and then praise Yah. Eventually, I don't even see him wearing that thing no more. So, but praise Yah. But I thought about as I spoke to that person, what you was talking about earlier, how sometimes you can sense where something might be bothered. Like, I don't want to hear that. Get it out of my face. So that's when I'm like, all right, it's a finesse to it. It's a certain amount that you can say with dealing with people that know Yah as well as people that don't know Yah. Because even the children of Israel get offended about comments and questions. So, and then another person was talking to me about some things, and he just came out of nowhere and was like, man, I got my sovereignty and this and that, and showed me his ID, and then he started talking to me about Christ, and then I had a bitch to him about some things, and the energy with that person was a little bit different than the younger person, and I don't feel like, I don't know if I failed that test when I'm in those situations. We talk to people about these things, but I feel like, and I know that Yah's house will be a house of prayer for all people. Whether these are white guys, black guys, wherever they are, because most white people, I have a better conversation about Yah than what I do with black people.
Yeah. They know
Black people don't want to hear a daggone thing, even Israelites. But some white people, they be curious, they be wondering. And that's the opportunity for me to show them that, you know what? Then how can he be the Almighty if he said, I ascend to the Father, your Father, and my God, and your God? But it's just a little bit here, a little bit there, and we just sharing. And that's all it should be, is we sharing.
I think that's wise.
We're just, I'm just sharing. They're sharing with me because they want to help me, and I'm sharing with them, because I want to help them. Now, if I'm wrong, then, truth is consistent. So praise the mighty Yah. So I thank Yah for all of that. And I was reading the scripture when you brought out about the Ark of the Covenant. Some of us got knowledge, some of us got wisdom, but we may be lacking understanding on some things. I'm trying to understand things to figure myself. Now I'm trying to understand how a nation that's not Israel is able to grab the ark, pick it up, carry it, put it in front of their deity. But then a brother that's Israel walking, he see it fall, and he can't even pick it up suddenly. Right. But it's just a meditation. It's just a meditation, something to think about. But I want to make it, my last comment was about the 400 years. Just maybe one day people can teach about it. Anybody on the internet or here or wherever can. I'm curious to find out what's going to happen after the 400 years. Meaning, is the affliction over with after the 400 years? Or will we still be being afflicted? Or will we be in the land after the 400 years? Or will we still be going through some places throughout the world? If anybody on the internet that know about this stuff or in class, if they can give me a better understanding on what's supposed to happen after that 400 years, I appreciate it. Praise the mighty Yah.
Let me make a comment on that. I think that's a good question. And my perspective on that always have been that even if this is the 400th year, we're not just going to pack up and walk out. There's going to be signs and things that the Almighty is going to give us to let us know that the ball has started rolling and that there's plenty of signs that are going to happen. Like I've talked many times about the economy, and there's just things that's going to happen. So whether people want to say it's the 400 years or it's not, there are things that we're going to have to look out for that are in prophecy that let us know that that it's time for us to make a move. And I think that it's going to be undisputable. It ain't even going to be disputable whether you want to say what it is. But that's one of the topics that I have proposed myself, that we're not going to certain things we just want to stay away from, because we're not going to go down the road of disagreements no more. We're going to meditate on being a family more and try to focus on the things that we do agree on versus things that we don't agree on, because that's one of the things that we need to break from this class for a while, is to focus on things that we agree on and bring that spirit of love. Because what happens is it brings up too much stuff sometimes. And the scriptures say that it's an honor for a man to what? Cease from strife, but who's going to be meddling?
Every fool.
Going to be meddling. And one thing that I'm smart enough to know, and I'm trying to get wise enough to know, is that we can have some of those conversations. And just to throw another point your way, that's another reason why we had a discussion about fasting. Because we do know something big is going to come, and fasting as a leadership team, and as whoever else want to fast, so that we can ask the Almighty to help us to understand some of those things. Because the scriptures do outline events that are going to happen, but I just don't think that we've quite outlined them and put them together like we need to put them together yet. So the things are going to happen, Praise God.
I forgot my main point, my last one was, we're dealing with that is y'all, after that 400 years, will y'all lead us into the land, or will this be something that individuals decide to understand and perceive that it's time to go? Because it don't really have nothing to do with strife or all this stuff. Is just about people controlling their spirits. I understand that when people don't agree that, they can be offended, and then you got to learn how to just to back up. But as far as children of Israel, the people that we grow up, I hold each other at a different level than I hold a Christian or a Muslim when it comes to trying to come to a common understanding with one another on what's going on. Because for me, this big 400, this is a big thing. Everybody.
So you willing to fast with us so that we can search it out and study and all that too?
I'm gonna meditate on that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, 400 years, it's just such a big thing that for Ariel, the only one that's gonna take me home, I trust in Yah, believe in Yah. I trust that Yah can talk to a person, reveal himself to them. I trust that Yah can show himself to us and lead us home. So that's why this 400 year thing is very important for me to understand, because I'm not gonna move when a man says it's time to move. And it's not nothing about, the Almighty is communicating to me like this or like that. That's how I know. No, I'm talking about Yah is to communicate to you visions, dreams, like he dealt with Moses, like he dealt with the elders, like he dealt with Miriam, Aaron, the Levites, the priests. For me, that's how I know when it's time to move. But if anybody can teach about it in the future, anybody on the internet, they can reach me and, we can talk about that stuff.
Thank you, brother.
That's a serious, and it could be a daily thing between trusting in Yah and trusting in the man when we come down to saying it's time to go home.
Praise God, you're right.
Praise Yah.
Thank you. And my last comment, and the last comment that we're going to make on the 400 years, is that there's going to be things that we'll see on the news, things that will line up with scriptures, times that's going to be in a certain place that are going to let us know something. You know what I mean? This is going to be like evident. It ain't going to be like a question, like I had to have a special dream. No, you're going to be able to look on the news. You're going to be able to see certain conditions that line up with the Almighty's word that are going to show us that we need to start paying closer attention. And then that time will come more and more, and things will be revealed. Hallelujah. Yes, ma'am. Did you have a comment?
I had like a testimony.
Praise God.
Can you hear me? Okay. My son just graduated from the kindergarten.
Wayne, congratulations, boy.
Thank you.
And also, the teacher told me that he is I don't know how to say it, but how he acts and his mind state is like in the middle of first grade. So with how he's learning, so I have a really smart son. I really thank y'all for that.
Hallelujah. Praise my God. God bless you. I think this is our last comment before we pray out, right? And I'm going to ask Sister Keziah to pray us out today, one of our prayer warriors.
Praise God. Hallelujah. First and foremost, God, thank you for this moment. I just want to give some encouragement to us. Isaiah 43, verse 3. For I am Yahweh, thy Elohim, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Seba for thee. Since thou wast precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Who said that?
Yeah.
Yah said that he has loved us. So that's something to hold on to. And he ain't loved nobody else. He actually hated Esau and loved Yaakov. So just know that, like, for the encouragement to know that Yah loved us. Man, you can't even compare. You can't compare Yah's love for his people and we his people. We can do it. Yah on our side, Yah on our team. And love is stronger. It covers all sins.
Yes.
So if we are willing to love each other, we will make it. He told us to gather ourselves together. Not separate, but gather together. So I agree. Find the things that we are common on, which first is Yah. The second, that we're in the same boat. But if you rowing this way, we rowing this way, we rolling in circles. No. Let's roll together. And we on mission to go home. Like, that's the point for our babies to make it. So they don't never have to have a deity ever mentioned in their presence. They don't never have to see swine or pork or none of that. Like, we have a great mission straight up for them. We have to get out the way and focus on them. That's all I got to say. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise God, y'all. Sister Keziah, you can even wherever you feel comfortable at. And before everybody rise, one other thing is Brother Dante has a friend that is has a child that has some issues. And you got something you want to say? And I just want to ask everybody to keep them in your prayer. Go ahead, if you got something to say, keep them in your prayer too. Remember, we are family and we need to pray for one another. Hallelujah.
Praise Most High. Praise my Yah. Praise Yah. Have a prayer, put him on a prayer list. My girlfriend's son, he's a heart transplant, 13 years old. And we're trying to look at, they're trying to get down to Houston, Texas. We're trying to just keep, he's trying to go to the top of the list. So right now, he's just on medication. Keep his heart together. So just keep me in your thoughts and prayers.
Hallelujah. Praise God. And talk to Elder Dot and she'll put them on the prayer list. Yes, ma'am, let's stand and face the east. Did you have something to say before you pray, or are you just going to praise God?
We come to you, Holy King, as a congregation. We come to you, our Holy King, as a unit and as your people, Yah. We want to first thank you, Yahweh, for your spirit. Thank you, Yahweh, for allowing us to come together. We thank you, Yahweh, for allowing us to get here safely, to be here, to be able to smile with one another, to have joy, to have peace as a unit, Yah. We thank you because that alone is mercy. It could be way different, Yah, when we come here. We thank you, Yahweh, for helping us to get through this journey by losing our dear, dear friend, Sister Hilkiah, Yah. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for your loving kindness, Yah. So I ask you today, Yah, at this moment, Yahweh, that you put a vision in our spirit and you help us to execute it this week, Yah. To give us a spark of something beautiful. To give us a spark of something that's going to encourage us to do better in doing something, Yah. We know that you are the provider for everything, Yah. So I'm coming to you now, Yahweh, and I ask you, Yahweh, just to put something in every person in this room, Yah. To give us something this week that's going to encourage us to be a better servant, Yah. Because it ain't just about us as individuals, Yah. If we are the ones that's supposed to wake up this planet, Yah, and bring your people to you, Yahweh, give us that encouragement, Yahweh, one at a time this day, Yah. And give us that this week, Yahweh. So hopefully next week, Yah, if it be your will, we come back. We can have that testimony that we were able to speak your word and say something to somebody this week, Yah. This is our mission, Yah. So I ask you, Yahweh, to encourage us. I ask you, Yahweh, to give us a spark. Give us something new.
But keep that spirit in us, Yahweh, because what else are we here for? Really, what are we here for, Yah? If we can't praise you, and we can't exalt you, and we can't share who you are, there's no real purpose in us, Yah. So I ask you to encourage us. I ask you to shine your light on us, Yahweh, so we may be that light to your people, Yah, and we can bring them to you, Yah. Again, we thank you, Yahweh, for your mercy and allowing us to be here, Yah. How great and wonderful that's been, Yah, to be in a holy convocation and to be able to give you praise, Yah. Watch over us this week, Yah. Continue to bless us, Yahweh. Remove some adversity in our lives that we have, Yahweh. And please continue to bring us peace. In your holy and righteous and glorious name, Yahweh. We thank you by saying hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yah.
For
For Yah is righteous.
all the time. Hallelujah.
Shema.
Shema.
Yisrael.
Yisrael.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Eloheinu.
Eloheinu.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Akkad.
Akkad.
Hero of Israel. Yahweh our Elohim. Yahweh is one. May the mighty Yah bless thee. May the mighty Yah keep thee. May the mighty Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. May the mighty Yah lift up his countenance unto thee and give thee peace. Also, may the name of the mighty Yah rest upon each and every one of you. Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah! 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 Praise the mighty Yah. Yah is righteous all the time. Yah is holy. Praise Him.